Hey everybody, it's the coach. This is Thursday Night Football on EA Sports. Straight ahead, we've got a terrific matchup on tap between the Atlanta Falcons and the Pittsburgh Steelers. So with that, let's get you up to Heinz Field in Pittsburgh. Standing by for the call, here are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
The convergence of the Three Rivers on Art Rooney Drive. We welcome you to Heinz Field in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. They love the black and gold here in the Steel City, and a few moments ago, their Steelers emerged from the Heinz Field tunnel. They're set, we're set, as the Steelers are ready to do battle with Matt Ryan and the Atlanta Falcons. And hi again, everybody. Alongside my partner, Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, Charles, when you and I were going through our final run-throughs at breakfast, we kept thinking tonight we're going to get to see a couple of very good passing offenses.
And we're talking about both sides having multiple receivers that can have an impact on this game. It's not just one guy that's going to make all the plays. If you take him away, maybe number 2, number 3, they make the big plays that impact who wins the game.
Smith-Schuster now to return. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. So the Steelers offense getting set for their first drive. Their 36-year-old quarterback brings him out there. He'll be calling the shots in his 15th season now. It's Ben Roethlisberger.
And when you just sit and look at the raw numbers, you actually kick back and nod in appreciation about the career Ben Roethlisberger has had. Went over 50,000 passing yards last year, 8th all-time. But what he wants more than anything, one more run at a Super Bowl where he's won twice previously.
Blue 30, Jack 16.
Here's the first carry for Le'Veon Bell. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 13.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
He got 29 yards that time.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, he was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice first down.
From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 46. On first down, it's Roethlisberger. Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. Vic Beasley in there to sack him for a loss of 6. Looking like the Vic Beasley of 2016 on that play, Charles.
That's the one that they want, too, because remember, that Vic Beasley, 15.5 sacks, led the NFL in that category that season. Dropped to just 5 in 2017, but he also dropped into coverage more, trying to help out his team.
Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. On 2nd down, here's Roethlisberger. On the left side, it's McDonald. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. The passing game in rhythm right now for Pittsburgh. There's another first down.
Brandon, unless my eyes deceive me, I think they found a matchup that they're trying to exploit here, don't you? I mean, that's the second time they've gone to him here on this drive.
Yeah, opening drive. It's a tone setter, right? I think they're going to be looking his way a lot.
Yeah, and I think that the way things are going right now, they like him as a featured receiver. Let's see what kind of adjustments the defense is going to make to try and take that away.
Throwing now, Roethlisberger on first down. Throw left side complete. That's McDonald. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 to the 5-yard line. He got 29 yards that time. Well, they're piecing together a nice drive to start this one. Seems pretty scripted and pretty successful so far.
And I think they did it without our help. Because you remember when we sat in the production meeting with them to talk about this. And, hey, you know, how you guys going to come out of the gate? I know I offered my help with a few plays, and they didn't seem to want it.
I didn't offer mine.
You know, you were the smart one. Whatever they're doing, though, it's working really well.
Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's first and goal.
4 down. Set. Blue 30. Check. 8. Let's go. 8.
Now Bell. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up second and goal. On second down, Roethlisberger. And this is caught for a touchdown. Now hold everything here. Flag in the backfield. This one might be coming back.
Holding offense.
They get the tackle, Marcus Gilbert.
Still
Second-round pick back in 2011 out of Florida. A crucial penalty there as the hold backs him up for another second and goal. Now Roethlisberger to throw on second down. And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. As his guys are in for 6. And the Steelers take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive. And the QB rating right now is sky high. 4 for 4 on that opening drive, and it ends with a touchdown pass.
Yeah, I don't know quite how to figure it out. I think I need my friends from MIT to come in and help me. I think 158.3 is the number one.
Yep, that's
right. That's the highest you can get. That's where he is. He'd like to continue on that pace.
Chris Boswell now for the extra point. Boswell good with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. So that lines up a 7-play drive all told. And it ends with the Steelers finding the end zone. Boswell on now to kick this one away. On the return, here's Justin Hardy. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. So here come the Falcons now to get the football for the first time. They'll be led out by a man in his 11th year now at the helm of the Falcons, the 2016 NFL MVP, Matt Ryan.
What a season Matt Ryan had in 2016 where he led the NFL in so many different categories as a quarterback. Numbers dropped in 2017, but the team still qualified for the playoffs, took down the higher-seeded Rams in L.A. before losing a tough one in Philadelphia to the eventual Super Bowl champions. Matt Ryan, he makes them go in Atlanta.
And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
Wow, that play got shut down in a hurry.
As soon as the snap came, you could see defensively they were just closing in. That was going nowhere.
Yeah, you count on your offensive line to give you a little bit of space, a little bit of time so you can make a move. There was none there for him.
And they're going to get this one all the way out across the 45. That one goes for 24 yards.
I know that's their first connection in this game, but you and I both know that Julio Jones is without a doubt his quarterback's favorite target.
Oh, yeah, Matt Ryan loves this guy. Who wouldn't?
Yeah, and the reason that he's that is because
this is caught at the 20. Touchdown, Falcons. Julio Jones, 52 yards. Now the Falcons are an extra point away from tying the football game. Well, they went play action there and set it up nicely for him. I mean, he can flat fly, and they hit him downfield.
And it doesn't take much to create that extra bit of space that a guy of his speed needs. If you go play action, all you want is just a moment where the guys covering take their attention somewhere else, and then he's by them. And once he's by them, there's no catching him. As they always like to say, if a receiver's even to a defensive back, that means he's leaving.
Unless that DB is Charles Davis, right?
In that case, he left me a long time ago.
Come on now.
Trust me.
The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And the Falcons score to cap it off. So we're right back where we started. All even as the kick's away. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. All right, let's shift our attention here to Vance McDonald and some of his highlights here from this game. He's nearing 100 yards, partner.
And defensive have worked so hard at how to try to slow down tight ends. It was a lot easier, partner, in the old days because when they just lined up on the line of scrimmage, you either put a defensive end or a linebacker over them and tried to body them so they couldn't get off the line of scrimmage easy.
And now?
Now, when they split out, detach from the line of scrimmage, you put a linebacker out there, they're often too elusive for them. Shake them and get into the secondary too easily before someone else can try and pick them up.
Now Roethlisberger on first down. Buying time to his left. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard. On 2nd down, it's Bell. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down. Roethlisberger now to throw on 3rd down. Now been hit, and he lost the football. It's loose.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Ryan will bring the Falcons up now 1st and 10 at their own 27. They'll throw on first down with Ryan. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. 1 quarter in the books here on a Thursday night. It's a tight game here early. More from the Steel City coming up after this.
The NFL on EA Sports is fueled by Gatorade, the sports fuel company.
Alongside Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin, it's the Falcons in possession to begin quarter number 2. They've got it 2nd and 10 to start things out. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Off the play fake to Freeman. It's Ryan. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going down. T.J. Watt in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8. This Pittsburgh defense always keeping the offensive line on their toes, or I guess on their heels and back.
They are certainly about pressure, aren't they? At 56 sacks as a unit in 2017, which led the NFL. They certainly live up to their nickname, which is Blitzburg.
They'll wind up with 17 on that one, but they're still a bit short here for 4th.
Boy, they had a lot of real estate to make up there, but what a big-time play for them. Nice completion, excellent gain. Now they're in fourth and manageable.
Just a little short, though, with that marker. On fourth down, here's Matt Bosher on to punt. Back deep for the Steelers, Antonio Brown. Fielded at the 20. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. And now out come the Steelers. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Well, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Room here to run. And I think the ball's out. And this one's going to go out of bounds, so no recovery. But on fourth down, a change of possession anyway. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Now, I have to admit, partner, that I've often thought that I don't like this rule, where the offensive player fumbles the ball, it goes out of bounds, and they get to keep it.
That's just because you're a defensive guy. That's why you don't like it.
Yeah, you're right. It is a slanted view, isn't it?
But this is where, for the offensive team, the sideline is their friend. Usually it's not their friend.
Yeah, exactly right. I actually played for a guy in college. You know what he used to name the sideline? Sammy. Sammy sideline, and use him well.
Let's go.
Now Roethlisberger. And this is going to be incomplete. Good coverage that time by the linebacker, Deion Jones.
And I think the end result, knocking the ball away, was a product of understanding where they were on the field, understanding how many yards they needed to pick up the first down, and tightening their coverage accordingly. Gave them no gaps, no spaces, no real air in which to catch the football, and end up making a really nice play.
Atlanta now coming out on the field. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old-school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is, can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
The throw is Ryan. And he can't escape the pressure. Ryan goes down. Javon Hargrave continuing to fight downfield. The big tackle gets him for a loss of 11. Well, you don't usually get a sack from a nose tackle spot, but we got one there.
No, we don't. And a lot of the times in passing situations, they end up off the field anyway. So how happy was he to work his way back to the quarterback and put him on the ground? He's going to end up with a nickname after something like that, some Big Jelly or something like that.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
I know exactly why I tried to throw the ball to Julio Jones there. He's never considered covered. He's either too fast or too strong. You always try and get it to him.
Especially on those deep passes. Here's Matt Bosher now, standing right on his own 5-yard line. And now some pointing up front and a flag down. This might just move them back 5.
False start, offense.
And that'll set them back 5. Here's Matt Bosher now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. Now Brown. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And the Steeler offense, they're set up nicely as they take over. And let's discuss Antonio Brown as he heads back out there now. And you look at the numbers, not only has he not caught a pass, they haven't targeted him yet, and we're coming up toward halftime.
And you remember our meeting with the coach beforehand? What did he tell us about him? I write his number on my play sheet, and I circle it in bold type because I want to make sure he gets the ball and often.
The Steelers able to pick up 18 yards there. On 1st and 10, it's Roethlisberger. And he fires one that's intercepted. Allen with a pick. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line. When someone other than the quarterback is throwing the football, it's either beautiful or a disaster, and here it was the latter.
Nowhere in between, right? I think you're exactly right. It takes some fortitude to call that type of a play, but when it doesn't work, oh boy, you wish you had.
This one complete to Mohamed Sanu. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. And a nice gain of 21 yards. 2 minutes to play in a tightly contested first half. Back to Heinz Field after this. Fans, a reminder, I have a note card here that says ad-lib halftime previews. So I guess let's do just that as we'll hand things over to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando when this one reaches halftime. They do okay?
You did great. Not a bad job.
Hey.
But, writing down your ad-libs.
If you print it, I'm going to read it. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Here's Ryan. And Jones hands it over the middle. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. Being chased out left. And he will avoid the contact as he slides to a stop. The coverage may be too good that time as he breaks away for 19 with his legs and a first down.
Man, defensively, that hurts. They got him out of his rhythm. They had him hemmed in, but somehow he was able to tuck it away and get away for a gain.
Now Ryan, and he's got his star receiver. It's Jones for the Falcon touchdown. Julio Jones with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Falcons are in for 6. Now he's having a nice little first half here, partner.
And it's a first half that leaves us anticipating what can still come. I mean, 2 touchdowns already here through the second quarter. There could be plenty more before this game is over.
Here's Bryant for the extra point. Bryant's extra point up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And the end result, an Atlanta touchdown. Here's Bosher to kick it away. On the return, it's Juju Smith-Schuster. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. Here comes Ben Roethlisberger and the Steeler offense back onto the field. He's had a solid start to this game, but bottom line is they're losing, so he doesn't care about his stats. He just wants to right the ship on the scoreboard.
He wants to actually increase his stats because he feels like if he does, that means things will get better for his team, maybe get him back into the ball game or into the lead. In these situations, I remember playing with a quarterback once where he actually ran out onto the field first ahead of everyone else just to say, guys, let's go. Try and create that energy, create that spark.
Well, so far he has 1 touchdown, 1 interception. He'll be looking for that second touchdown now. So the offense took the timeout. Looks like they're ready to go as we get set to resume the action. Now it's Roethlisberger. Steps away to his left. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's McDonald. A really good pickup of 28 yards. So in the second quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So he got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
They'll throw on first down with Roethlisberger. Man open left side is Brown. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 20-yard line. And a nice gain of 21 yards. From the red zone now, here's Roethlisberger on first down. This is caught. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Vance McDonald, an 18-yard touchdown grab. And the Steelers are an extra point away from tying this thing up. And a little time left on the clock, so on the other side, they're thinking, gosh, we'd like to get that lead right back.
Yeah, thanks for pointing that out. Here I am, go ahead and tapping out the first half. There's still time. They've got to make a decision about what they want to do on the kickoff, or they want to let their return guy touch it.
Extra point put through by Boswell. And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. Just a 4-play drive that time. And it ends with a Pittsburgh touchdown. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And now let's discuss Julio Jones, making his presence felt early in this one. First half, already over the century mark.
How about the yards per completion, too? That's a pretty darn good number there. Number of catches, but he's shredding defenses, getting big yardage with each and every one of them.
The drive will start with a carry by Devontae Freeman. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
I think Cameron Hayward's ability to take on blocks, hold the point of attack, and get upfield serves him very, very well. What a nice play there.
Yeah, he can take on blocks because he's built like a block. So we've hit halftime all even at 14 apiece. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
We thought this one would be a close battle coming in, and we have not been disappointed. But they are all even to this point. So to see if either side can pull away, let's get you right back out to Brandon and Charles for the start of the second half.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Now the Falcons offense gets ready to head back onto the field. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game, we'll see what the second half brings.
And it'll be interesting because I think both sides feel pretty good about what their offenses are doing. Got to wonder what adjustments are being made defensively to try and get a spark and maybe slow down the other side.
But here, do you change up anything on this opening drive?
Not offensively, you don't. You've got everything going your way. You've probably prepared for maybe some change-ups you might expect, but overall, you like what your game plan's showing you.
Ryan. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And all the way down to the 24-yard line. A big play there, Ryan to Jones, 41 yards.
That was a nice pickup, some chunk yardage there. Some of those big yards downfield with a little bit of rack thrown in there, a little run after catch. And it came on a crossing route. I could just hear one of my friends who won 4 Super Bowls as a quarterback always said the same thing. What route does the defense hate? Crossing route. Hate it, hate it, hate it, because it's hard to change direction when they get going full speed in the other way.
10 more there and another first down.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They'll pick up another first down with that run.
And power running here down to the 6-yard line. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
They run, Devontae Freeman. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on second down and short. What I like to see.
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt. I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
Now, defense sold out for the run. Worked out well. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Tevin Coleman, a 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Falcons have broken our tie. Getting your back involved, what's the importance there in the passing game?
Well, oftentimes you can create mismatches because who's going to cover him, and you get him into space, which is where he likes to operate with the ball in his hands. Oftentimes makes people miss, gets that run after the catch, and off he goes.
And into the end zone. Bryant now to tack on the extra point. Bryant tacks on the extra point, and the lead is now 21-14. So the drive there took 6 plays, and the Falcons score to cap it off. Here's Bosher to kick it away. Smith-Schuster now to return. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. Time for the Steelers offense now to get set for their first possession of half number 2. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
Now Roethlisberger to throw. Throw left side complete. That's McDonald. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. That one goes for 24 yards. Now Roethlisberger. And he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line. Tech McKinley in there to get him for his second sack of the night. Roethlisberger forced out to his left. They find some open field here. And he'll get it down here to the 43. A nice job of eluding the pressure there, scrambling for 11. In need of a conversion on third down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Here's Roethlisberger to throw. He's got a first down and more inside the 30. And finally marked down at the 23. 8th catch for him now. He's been a big factor. And it's a first down. To throw here, Roethlisberger. He's to the 10. That is caught right at the 10-yard line. And finally wrestled down at the 8-yard line. Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Now it's Roethlisberger. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down.
Anytime a ball's thrown in the middle of the field that's popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch. It doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
Stepping up, he's going to keep it. All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's 3rd down. 6 plays got him down here. This is play number 7, 3rd and goal. Here's Roethlisberger.
Why do you keep using the shoot play?
James, the big tight end, has a Steeler touchdown. Jesse James, a 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Steelers are an extra point away from tying this thing up. Sometimes those tight ends are a mismatch. They found the mismatch there.
And that's exactly why you want to drop those types of plays, because coverage is just going to go to the natural guys, the guys that make the big plays on the outside. But if you work your tight end into it, that's a tough one for a defense to handle.
Tough. They couldn't handle it. They worked out for 6. Boswell good with the extra point. And we are tied at 21. So that drive takes him down the field in 8 plays. And it ends with the Steelers finding the end zone. So all square here in this 3rd quarter as the kick's away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And these two teams have traded touchdowns so far with their first possessions here in the 3rd quarter. So we're right back to where we started at intermission.
Yeah, how about that? Tied at the half, tied after the first 2 drives of the 3rd quarter, 1 for each. That tells me that someone's defense has got to step up and make a big play and try and change the momentum of this game.
False start, offense.
So that'll back him up 5. The false start backs him up 5. 1st and 15. They go play action here on 1st down. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. On 2nd down, Ryan got his man complete over the middle. That's Jones. And able to get it here to about the 16-yard line. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or
better against man, because now you're running away from someone.
Now the pressure comes, and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. The former Buckeye, Cameron Hayward. And that'll bring up 4th down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Here's Matt Bosher now, as he's on to punt for Atlanta. One quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Pittsburgh. All even as we get ready to start the 4th. Here's Matt Bosher now, as he's on to punt for Atlanta. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. With it is Brown. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And that will come the offense as they take over. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown, and now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get it.
And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down. Jack Crawford able to collapse the pocket and drop him for a loss of a yard. On 2nd down, here's Roethlisberger. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Vance McDonald, the tight end, was the target. And it'll bring up 3rd down.
When I watched that play, I thought about what my coaches had told me in the past. The biggest teaching point, get your head around. Locate the football so you can make a play on it while it's in the air. That's exactly what he did there. That was nice.
And that is incomplete.
Well, we're not playing 3 yards in a cloud of dust football anymore. I kind of get why those old school coaches sometimes didn't want to throw the football. Because if it's popped up in the air, it almost turns into slow motion. And both sides trying to get to the football, and you're holding your breath wondering whether it's going to go good or bad for your team.
And did they keep it in? They did. They kept it in. It's down close to the goal line at the 1-yard line. Atlanta now coming out on the field. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
They'll run with Freeman here to begin the drive. A good move, but not much room to run. Brought down at the 5. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down.
And give him a lot of credit there, but even more credit to the guys up front. In that situation, you know it's going to be a stacked defensive front, and to be able to gain that much yardage, that's a big win for the guys on offense.
Yeah, they were just about standing on their own goal line, so to get a few yards there, a great start. Now we'll see what 2nd down brings.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense as that fell harmlessly to the ground. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. It's a loss of a full 3 yards. Here's Matt Bosher now as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. And he's able to get it out of there. It'll be a 48-yard punt. 5 there on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field.
They were forced to punt last time, and I doubt sincerely that they'll have to punt here because they're gifted with terrific field position.
I don't even want to think about the idea that they would end up punting starting with this type of field position. Neither do they. Great starting spot. Great opportunity to run your full playbook. If they want to take a shot here, they can go ahead and do it.
Roethlisberger will throw. And he'll get it down here to the 43. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple. Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on 2nd down. On the counter, here's Bell. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks. On 1st down, it's Roethlisberger. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. It's a Pittsburgh 1st down, a gain of 13. Roethlisberger now a perfect 8 for 8 to start the 2nd half. Not bad. 1st and 10. Here's Roethlisberger. And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line, he's sacked. Tech McKinley in there to get him again. The 3rd time he sacked him here tonight. Now Roethlisberger to throw on 2nd down. And his throw here's incomplete.
When you see passes knocked down by those guys I call the frustrated fullbacks, the linebackers, you know that in their zone coverage, they were able to drop, see the ball thrown, and react to it very quickly.
Now Ben on 3rd and long. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
After the successful field goal try, here's Boswell to send it away.
Free kick out of bounds. Kicking team.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Very good starting field position for the Falcons offense as they come up 1st and 10. Throwing now, Ryan on 1st down. Throw right side, caught by Ridley. It's an 8-yard pickup, and it'll make it a 2nd down. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff, didn't they?
When we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, you know, they like his work ethic. You know, this guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time, really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on.
On 2nd down, Freeman. And he'll get it out to midfield. They'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. 2 yards on the pickup there, but it's enough to give them a new set of downs.
But we always talk about good down and distance, allowing offenses to expand their playbook. Well, 2nd and 2, that means your playbook's wide open. You can run just about anything. But a lot of times, the play caller, he just looks down at his sheet, sees the short yardage runs, and goes to one of those.
Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Jones. And he is out of bounds, just a yard or two shy of the 30. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue.
Heady on that one, huh? Getting out of bounds before the 2-minute warning. They get an extra timeout, extra opportunity to move the ball downfield. Very smart football.
Now Ryan. time for a break. We'll come back for the electrifying conclusion after this. So it's Falcon football as we welcome you back. They come up on a second down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down to the wire. He'll look to throw. And finding the tight end Hooper. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 15, just shy of the 10. And a nice gain of 21 yards. He's back to throw. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up second down. This defense not going to lag back. They come with pressure that time, force him out of the pocket, and the incompletion.
And so many times when you're watching a game, you're seeing the offense doing all the dictating. In this case, the defense said, we're dictating the terms, and turned it loose towards him.
So a nice job to break the one tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. They'll look to throw. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Morgan Brown. Oh, and now he bowls him over. And he'll be brought down at his own 10-yard line.
Well, I don't think we'll have to look very hard to find our play of the game. That was an absolutely monstrous big play right there. Backs to the wall. The offense has it in the red zone, driving for the winning score. And he says, not on my watch. And that is one happy bunch on the sidelines.
And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. They have the 3-point lead. Defense did their job. Now, late game, although it looks good, you know the coaches, they haven't counted this as a victory yet.
I agree with you totally. Big applause for the defense, but no one is taking their headset off on the sidelines. They don't believe this game is over. The offense has to close this one out by taking care of the football.
And they'll try to close it out now. They'll start the drive with a carry by Bell. And he will lose yardage here back to his own 6. And now a timeout defensively by the Falcons as they stop it here with 1:07 remaining. Roethlisberger going to throw it. On the left side, it's McDonald. The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. Now a first down carry by Bell. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. Again, it's Bell. Broke a tackle, but not much room there ultimately. Just up past the 25 and no further. The safety, Keanu Neal, there to make the tackle. I guess the simple question, why not just take a knee there?
I don't understand either why you would take any sort of a chance. We've seen it happen in the game of football. Doesn't matter whether you've watched high school, college, or the NFL. Some people get a little greedy, try to get that extra running play in, and it can backfire on them.
On third down, here's Bell. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. It's a 6-yard gain, and it leaves him looking at a fourth down.
You know, we might start getting some props here in the booth. You know that one that says the D and then the fence that you put up next to it? How about that? They brought out the jumbo package and still couldn't move them off the line of scrimmage enough to pick up that first down.
Impressive. They were ready defensively for that jumbo set. And, Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to do that here in this one.
Similar to a tennis match, right? Not letting them break your serve. That way you hold on to it. They got it done, and they feel very good about that victory.
That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter at EA Madden NFL. The Steelers are winners as we say so long from Heinz Field.